Assalamu alaikum dear viewers, how are you? I hope so you are doing all great. So today topic is that how to change the active into passive voice, right? So passive voice is very easy to understand. So first of all we need to understand the tenses. If you want to clearly understand the passive voice, then you need to also understand the tenses first, right? But don't worry, I also created a video on tenses. I'll give you the video link in the description. You can watch it, right? So this concept is very easy, but before we diving into a concept of passive voice, we consider some point, right? So keep in your mind, when we change active into passive voice, that doesn't mean the meaning of the sentence will be changed. No. So meaning will be same. As like that into active voice, that message into the passive voice. No change message. The pattern of saying sentence will be just change with just few changings, right? But message will be same as was into active voice will be into passive voice. And second thing is that no change tense, right? If our active voice into present indefinite, right, then passive voice also into present indefinite, right? And additionally our active sentence in the form of positive, right, then passive voice also into positive, right? And if the active voice is negative form, right, then passive voice will be into negative form, right? And if the passive voice is interrogative or double interrogative, right, then passive voice also will be interrogative and double interrogative, right? But few changings will be, right? So let's we understand with the help of example, then we'll dive the easy of concept of the active into passive voice, right? So let's get started. So this sentence is present indefinite, right? Because we have used here subject and first form of verb and after that object, right? So this is sentence is positive present indefinite, right? So now this sentence will change into the passive voice. So in this sentence, a girl wash clothes, right? So when we change into passive voice, the message will be same, right? So passive voice also a girl wash the clothes, but just few changes here, right? So let's we write it into passive voice. So this form is passive voice, but message is the same, that message in this sentence and that message in this sentence. But we are saying our message in other ways, but we are just giving the importance first object, right? So how it's changed, its method is also very easy to understand, right? So first this is the object of the active voice. So just we move this object the place of subject, and this is the subject. Subject will place at the end, right? So this is the form of the verb, right? So this is we have written here, but it will always third form, right? So in the passive voice, each sentence, so we can say that always we will use third form. So always we will use third form. Here is first form, right? But we have used third form. So this is the present indefinite. If we convert sentence past indefinite, future indefinite, each 12 tenses, we will always write third form to make passive voice, right? So here is she has become her, right? And we are writing with by, right? That indicate the who person who has performed the action, right? So that's why we have used here by. And this is or. So this is used as a tense, recognize that tenses. This is the present tense, right? So that's why we use in present indefinite is am or, right? So this concept we also understand. This concept is also very easy to understand. First we will understand. So here is only just we need two concept, right? This is all. So this is the subjective form and this is the objective form. Just we are treating this girl, this she word, we are treating as a objective form. To understand it, I will write a small table. So this is a table of pronouns that indicate the person. So first is subjective form. So this is the subjective form of the pronoun. And this is the objective form of the pronouns, right? If we use subject I, right, then we'll write I at the end of the sentence as the object form. Then we'll write me, right? And if in our active sentence as a subject is he, right, then we'll write at the end of this subject as a objective form him, right. So this as like that, this is a she will become her, right, and it will be same, right, and we will become us, right, and they will become them, right. But we don't need to convert they into them into passive voice, right. Mostly we don't write, right, in our sentence. When we are using they in our sentence as a subjective form, then we just mostly would not write as an objective form them, right. So in our English language, so you know this structure. So you know this is a formula of English, right. So there is two method to talk, right. When we give importance to the subject, right, then we don't need to the object. Without object we can complete the sentence. So when we give importance to the subject, right, that is called active voice, right. Then we don't need to the object. Without object we can complete the sentence, right. And second way of talking or delivering any message, we can give importance to the object. So when we are giving importance to the object, then we are not too much need to the subject. Just we can write subject by using by, right. So without subject we can complete the sentence, right. So there is two method to talk, right, to say one message, right. So that's why when we give importance to the subject, that is active form, and then we give importance to the object, then that is passive voice, right. So I hope you got it, right. So now let's we move our second concept. So dear viewers, these are all tenses helping verb, right. So we have understood how we use the pronoun at the end of the object, right. So now we'll understand the second concept, right. So by understanding this sentence, we will get all understanding, right. So let's I write again this sentence. So our sentence is that this is active voice. She washes clothes. So this is a active voice. Clothes were washed by her. So this is a passive voice. So first of all, so let's we understand what's changing has come in this sentence and how, right. First this object we have written as a subject as a starting of the sentence, right, because this was object, right. So this was subject. Because this is a object and this is a subject and this is a verb, right. So I will tell you all changings, right. So first of all, we will take this object first on the place of subject, right. So as like that we are writing first, right. So we'll write first letter capital, right, and after that R is used here, right. So I will also promise for that I will tell you concept of it also, right. So for this concept, that is the very first thing, or first thing is that which tense is used in active voice, right. She washes clothes. So I think this sentence is present indefinite, right. So when you have recognized the which tense is used in active voice, so this is present indefinite. So you will use helping verb for creating passive voice the next tense, right. So after the present indefinite, next tense is present continuous. The helping verb of present continuous is that is am or, right. So there are three helping verb, right. So you know for the single things we use is, right, as like that he is, she is, it is, this, it is, right. So these are with singular name. Then will Ahmad is, Hamera is, right. So when we are use single noun, right, single thing, single noun, single thing, single noun, and he, she, it, right. So then we'll use is, right. Am we use only with I, right, and are we know we use with plural things, right. So as like that, here is clothes. So you know this is a plural, right, not singular cloth, not a single cloth. So that's why we have used here or, right, not we used is am, right. So first we also need to recognize what is our object, right? If our object is single, then we'll use helping verb also single, that is right. So here we use helping verb always according to the object, right? So next we will understand also with the help of practical examples, then we will more understand and will get more concept. So this concept is that you will use next sentence, right? So if our active sentence is past indefinite, right, then we will use the helping verb of the past continuous, right? And if our sentence is future indefinite, then we will use the helping verb of future continuous, right? So if our active voice sentence is present continuous, then we will use this helping verb. We will not use another tense helping verb, right? So if our active tense is past continuous, then we'll use was word, right? Not we'll use next tense, right? And next, if our tense is future continuous, right? So future continuous has no active voice, right? So I hope you got it. If our tense is present indefinite, then we'll use next tense helping verb. If our active voice sentence is past indefinite, then we'll use next tense helping verb, that is past continuous. And if our sentence is future indefinite, right, then we'll use the next helping verb, then we'll use next tense helping verb, that is future continuous, right? But when our sentence is in the continuous form, right, so then we will not change the helping verb, then just will write these helping verb, that is into active voice, right? And next is present perfect, and next is present perfect. If our active voice is present perfect, we will use the helping verb perfect continuous, right? If our active voice past perfect, right, then we'll use the helping verb of perfect continuous in passive voice, right? And next, if our active voice is future perfect, tense, right, then we'll use in the passive voice helping verb perfect continuous, that is will have been, right? So our next sentence is that she washed clothes, right? So first of all, you need to understand which tense we have used in this sentence, right? So she washed clothes. So this sentence is that past indefinite, right? So no, this sentence is past indefinite. Now we change into passive voice, right? So first this object we change, we move to the subject place, right? Clothes, and here we have used were, right? So our active sentence is past indefinite, right? So now we'll use the helping verb of the past continuous, that is the next sentence, right? Here is two helping verb, right? So for the single things we will use was, and for the plural things we'll use were, right? So clothes were, so we will use clothes were, right? And this is the verb will always use third, right? And by her, right? Just we have changed the helping verb and it has become passive voice, right? So let's understand with future indefinite, right? So now our active voice sentence is future indefinite. She will wash clothes, right? What will helping verb will use, right? Will use will be. Here will use will be, right? Clothes will be washed by her, right? So our sentence will be changed into passive voice, right? But keep in your mind, this sentence is not continuous. This sentence is future indefinite, right? Just we are using helping verb of the continuous, right? But sentence is indefinite, right? As like that we have made past indefinite and present indefinite, right? So I hope you have got this concept, right? So let's be more clearly understand with the help of examples, right? So let's get started. So first of all, we see which things we need to do when we are going to change active into passive voice, right? So first of all, you need to understand the understand that, identify the tense, which tense has used in active voice, right? And after recognizing, right, swap subject and object, right? Subject we will move the object place and object will move to the subject place, right? We will swap both. And next, add verb third always, right? So in the passive voice we will always use v third, right? And next is optional. So I have already told to you, subject is not necessary by when we are making passive voice, because we are giving importance to the object, right? So object always need, right? Without object we cannot make passive voice, right? As like that, without subject we cannot make active voice, right? As like that, we cannot make without object we cannot make passive voice, right? When we have mentioned the person, who person has performed the action, right? That is a doer or any person, right? We will not mention as like that the clothes are washed, right? So here, without adding by her, the our sentence has sense and meaning, right? So this is a optional, right? So this by plus doer is optional, right? So let's understand with the help of examples. So this sentence is present indefinite, right? So because we have used here first form, right, and do does, so these sentences are present indefinite. So these sentence will change into passive voice. So first sentence is that the student complete the assignment, right? So in this sentence, object is that assignment, right? And the student is subject, right? And complete is the verb, right? So first we need to swap the object in the place of subject and the subject in the place of object, right? So first is object. So first letter will write big letter, first we'll write a capital letter, assignment, right? So our assignment is a single, right? So now we'll use the single helping verb, right? That is. Assignment is, and after that we'll use verb, right? So verb will use third form, right? And after that we'll use by and this subject at the end, right? So now we have converted so assignment is completed by the student, right? And this sentence is simple. And next, the manager does not approve the proposal, right? And this sentence is negative, right? Here we have used does not, right? The manager does not approve the proposal, right? So here proposal is the object, right? And the manager is subject and approve is verb, right? So first this is the article. So with article we will also swap the article, right? So keep in your mind that article with the object and that article with the subject, that will also swap, right? So the proposal, will write T will write capital proposal, the proposal, and helping verb, this is a singular, right? Now we'll use singular, the proposal is. And after that, when we are making negative, then we'll write, we will add not, right? The proposal is not approved by the manager, right? So it becomes passive voice. So now we'll change this sentence. Does the chef prepare the meal? So this is an interrogative sentence. So we make interrogative passive voice. So here you need to understand. So you are using helping verb is in passive voice, right? So here is in active voice helping verb is that does, right? But we are making passive voice, right? So first of all you need to understand that what is our object. Our object is that the meal, right? So our object is singular, right? So what is the helping verb of passive voice is am or, right? What is the helping verb of because we are using is am or helping verb, right? So the meal is single, then we'll use helping verb is, right? We'll write here is the manager is the meal, and next we'll use verb, right? We third, right? By the chef. Because we are writing first helping verb, right? First in the first of the sentence, right? Because we are making interrogative, right? And next is double interrogative, right? So in the double interrogative, that is a WH family member, right? Why, when, where, right? So that will as it in this in that place, right? So as it will write why, right? And next is we need to write the helping verb before the subject because we are making interrogative, right? So the letter is singular, also singular, right? We'll write is, why is the letter, this is the object, right? The letter, why is the letter written? We third form is that right becomes written, right? And by him because in this subject or do in this subject is he, doer is he become him. So now let's we understand next tense. So this is a very easy to change active into passive voice, right? But you need to just practice of it, right? So without practice we can't do anything, right? So now let's we move on to the next tense. So next tense is present continuous, right? So let's we understand present continuous examples, right? The workers are cleaning the office, right? So here we are using fourth form of the verb, right? And that means this is the present continuous, right? Right. So here this is the office. The office is object, right? And the worker is subject, and or is the helping verb, and this is the verb, right? This is the helping verb, the present continuous, right? So now we change the passive voice, right? First we change the object, right? So I have also told you with the article, if there is article a and the, right? So these articles will also swap these articles also shift to the subject place, right? The office, right? So the office are being cleaned by the workers, right? So here we have add here extra being, right? So in the active voice sentence, to recognize the continuous action we will always see the verb, right? That is ing verb, right? So when we are making passive voice, so here we always need to write third form of the verb, right? But we wanna make continuous, right? So to show continuous action, then that's why we have used here being, right? But we have not changed here helping verb, right? So helping in the continuous active and passive voice, helping verb will be same, but just will add being, right? So the office are being cleaned is third form, we third, and by workers, right? So it has become passive voice, right? This is the positive sentence, and this is the negative sentence. She is not reading the book, right? So first of all we understand the which tense. This tense is present continuous, right? So after that, this is the object, the book, and this is the this is subject, and this is the this is the verb, right? And this is the helping verb, and this show negative, right? So we'll write first object, right? The book, and after that will the book is singular, right? If our object is plural, then we'll use the helping verb is plural, right? So this is the singular we will use here, is, right? The book is not being read. That is read. We will read it read. We will pronounce it read, right? But the spelling will be same because this is a third form, right? The book is not being read by her. So it becomes passive voice, right? Next is interrogative. Are they watching the movie? Right? So the object is the movie, right? And this subject and this is the verb, right? So first we need to write the object. This is the because this is the interrogative, right? The movie is singular, right? So for the singular we'll use is. Is the because here our subject is plural, right? But here we write as in the subject place we are writing object. Now we'll check the object. Our object is singular or plural? Our object is singular, right? So is the movie being watched? So in the passive voice, don't need to write the them. If our pronoun is they, then we will not use by them, right? So this sentence is accurate, right? Is the movie being watched, right? Next is why is the team organizing the event, right? So this is the WH member, right? So WH member as it will write, right? And after that we'll see the object. Object is singular, so for the singular we'll use is, right? Helping verb is. Is the event being by, we'll use by, right? And after that we'll use team. Team is the subject, right? So the article will write here the team. So I hope you got it. So now let's move on to the next tense. And next tense is our present perfect. So let's change these active voice into passive voice. So have, solved. This after the have we using third form, right? So that means this is a present perfect. First we need to recognize the problem is object, right? And this subject, right? And have is helping verb and solve it is a verb, right? So first we need to write the object before the first. The problem. So now we are changing passive voice, right? So always we will write the helping verb according to the subject, right? So the problem is a singular, right? So for the singular we'll use has, right? Has been, right? So now we'll use the helping verb of the next sentence, the next tense, that is present perfect continuous, right? So what was the helping verb of the has been, right? What was the helping verb? Present perfect continuous has been, right? After that we'll write the verb always third. Solved and solved, that's it, right? The problem has been solved, right? We don't need to write them, right? When pronoun is they, we don't need to write here by them, right? And next is she has not finished the project, that is negative sentence, right? So the project will write the project has not, right? Has not, right? After the has we will write not, right? Been. And after that finished. third form, right? And after that, by doer. Doer is our she. She is becomes her, right? So the project has not been finished by her, right? So it becomes into passive voice, right? Next is have they written the report, right? So now we are making passive voice. So our object is singular, right? So we will use helping verb also according to the object that is singular, right? So for the singular we'll use has the report has the report been, and after that verb written, right? And after last of the question mark we don't need to write the this is subject is them, they, right? Has the report been written, right? And after that why have the made the decision, right? So wh family member always as it, right? The decision is also singular, right? Why has the decision, we will swap the this object into the that place of subject, the decision. Why has the decision been made by you, right? So this is a subject. When we are writing it at the end of the sentence will not change you, right? Because you is as it written at the end, right? So now let's we move on to the next tense. And next our tense is past indefinite, right? So present perfect continuous, we don't make passive voice, right? Are all perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous, we don't make passive voice, right? So that's why we move to the past indefinite, right? So first is he opened the door, right? So here is this one is object and this one is subject and this one is the verb, right? So object will write in the place of subject the door was, right? So I have told you, so this is a past indefinite, right? So the next tense is past continuous. So the helping verb of past continuous was, were, right? So we are using the helping verb of next tense, right? The door was opened by him, right? So next is she did not attend the meeting. So this is the object, subject, and this is the verb, and this is the to show the negative, right? And this is the show the negative, right? And we'll write first meeting the meeting was not attended by her, right? The meeting was not attended by her, right? And next, did the play the match? This is the interrogative, right? This is the negative and this is a simple, and this is a simple and this is interrogative, right? Did they play the match, right? So to make the helping verb, will to make the interrogative we'll see that just first we will see the object. So our object is singular, right? For the singular we will use the helping verb was, right? If our object is plural then we'll use were, right? So this is a singular, we'll use here was the match played right? And after that question mark, right? Was the match played? We don't need to write the subject at the end of the objective case, right? That is them, right? And when did you buy the car, right? So WH family member always as its place, right? When, and after that helping verb is that the car is also singular, we'll use here was. When was the car, right? If the help if for cars, right, then we'll write when were cars. No, here is the cars bought. When was the car bought by you, right? So this is the third form of the by is the first form and bought is the third form, right? When was the car bought by you, right? So it becomes passive voice, right? So let's move on to the next tense. And next our tense is past continuous, right? So now we make the so was, and was, after the was helping verb we are using fourth form of the verb with the first form of ing, right? So was preparing, it is past continuous, right? So first is the car is object, he is subject, right? And was is helping verb, this is a main verb, right? So first we need to write the object the car, and helping verb will not change in the continuous sentence, right? The car was. So for the continuous we will use in passive voice being, right? Repaired by him, right? Because he is subjective form and him is objective form, right? The car was being repaired by him, right? Next is they were not discussing the issue, right? So the issue is object, they is subject, and what is helping verb and not show the negative sentence, right? And this is the main verb, right? So the issue the issue is our object is singular, right? So now we'll write here was, not were, right? The issue was being discussed, right? We not need to write they, right? The issue was being discussed, right? Next is were you writing the essay, right? So here is also our object is singular, right? So we'll write here was the essay being for the continuous, and written v third is always we write written by you, right? And next is why was he painting the wall, right? So WH family as it why, right? The painting, the wall is object, right? So object is singular, why was, right? The why was the wall being painted by him, right? Why was the wall being painted by him, right? Right. So you can also practice of the sentence by pausing the video, right? And then you can write the passive voice of these sentence, right? and you can check yourself we are getting understand clearly, right? So let's move on to the next tense. So next tense is past perfect. After the had we are using third form, we third, right? So after the we had, we third is past perfect, right? So here is object is the task. So in the perfect tense we will write the helping verb of the next tense, right? So past perfect next tense is past perfect continuous, right? So in the past perfect continuous the helping verb is had been, right? The task had been, and after that we third, right? Completed. So in the perfect tense, active voice also third form, right? And passive voice as it will write, because in the active voice is third form, right? So third form will write in passive voice, right? The task had been completed by the team, right? Right. And next is she had not informed the manager, right? So here is object is the manager. The manager had, right? So here also we are using not, right after the had not. The manager had not been informed by her, right? And next is had he cleaned the house. So our object is this, right? So in the perfect past perfect tense we don't need to recognize the our object is singular or plural, because we are only using one helping verb, that is had. So with plural and singular we always use had, right? Had the house, been cleaned by him, because here we are writing subject he, that is objective case is him, right? And next is WH family member, as it will write a book is, here is book is object, right? We'll use so book, and why had book. So helping verb we are always, so helping verb and WH family will member will always use the first, right? And after that we'll write object, right? After that we'll write subject, that is we have make it subject, right? This subject we have make it object, and this subject will become object, right? So why had book. So after the had we'll write not, right? So in the mid we are using a subject book. Why had book not been read by her, right? And after that other remaining sentence as it will be right. So yet will write as it, right? So now let's we move on to the next tense, right? So past perfect continuous, no passive voice. So now let's we move on to the future indefinite. And next tense is future indefinite, right? So she will, after the will first form is future indefinite, right? She will deliver the presentation. The presentation is object and she is subject, right? And deliver is verb, and will is the helping verb of the future, right? So the presentation because presentation is the object, we will write it at subject place. The presentation will use helping verb will, right? So that is the future indefinite. We'll use the helping verb, the verb of the future continuous, right? That is will be. The presentation will be and delivered, third form, and by her, right? Right. Next is they will not announce the result, right? So the object is the result. The result will, after that will write not, will not be announced by, announced, right? By them will not write, because we are not need to write they, right? And next is will you arrange the meeting, right? So this is the interrogative, right? So first we'll write will, right? And after that the meeting, will the meeting after that be, right? And arrange is arranged. Will the meeting be arranged by you, right? And next is WH member, double interrogative, right? So when, as it will write, right? And when will the product, because product is the object, right? And our subject is that, company, right? And launch is the verb, right? When will the product be, or and next v third, LUNCHED, launched, right? When will the product be launched? Be launched by the company, right? Because the company, this is the article we will certainly will write, right? The company. And in the last of that we'll write question mark, right? So let's move on to the next tense, that is the last tense. So that is the last tense, right? That is future perfect, right? Because we don't have passive voice of the future continuous and future perfect continuous. Next our tense is future perfect, right? So in the future perfect we use helping verb future perfect continuous, right? That is will have been, right? So now we change these active voice into passive voice, right? So the exam is object, right? And the student is subject, right? And will have is helping verb, right, of the future perfect, and finish with the verb, right? So the team, the exam will have been, right? So this is the helping verb of the future perfect continuous, right? But here is consideration point is that the exam is singular, right? Will not write has, right? Because this is the only one helping verb, that is have, will have, right? Will not write has, will not write will has, right? And the exam will have been finished by the student, right? And next is she will not have been completed the assignment, right? So the assignment is object and she is subject. So will have is helping verb and not show the negative, and this is the main verb, right? So first we'll write the object as a subject. The assignment will not, right, will not have been completed. So So here is already we third, right? So we don't need to change because we'll write in the, because we will write in the passive voice always we third, right? So perfect tense always have third form, right? Third form completed and by her, right? So the assignment will not have been completed by her, right? Next is will they have repaired the machine, right? So first we write the machine will the machine have been repaired, third form, right? Repaired by repaired, right? And this is the object, right? We will write the starting of the sentence, right? Because we are making it interrogative, right? Next is why will you have submitted the report, right? So in this sentence the report is object, right? And submit is the verb, right? Submit is the verb and you is the subject, right? So we are making double interrogative. So family WH family member will write as it will, why will, right? So the report have been submitted by you, right? Submitted by you because you is the subject. So I hope you got it about the how we'll change the active into passive voice, right? So if you have any confusion, let me know in the comment section. So now I'll give you assignment. In this assignment there is two intents to solve, right? That is active voice you will convert into passive voice and give me answer in the comment section. I will certainly check it, right? So first sentence is that the students organize a culture event, right? And second sentence is that chef will prepare a special dish, right? That sentence you will make into passive voice, right? So I hope you got it all about the active into passive voice, right? So if you have any question or any confusion, let me know in the comment section, right? So I will see you in the next video. In this video I will explain the all about the how we'll change the imperative sentence into passive voice, right? And after we will understand the modular verb, that sentence with the modular verb, right? How we'll change that sentence into passive voice, right? So till then keep learning and exploring and keep doing practice. I hope you got it better, right? So I'll see you in the next video. Yeah.